Hey, our next guest in the studio is Tuomas Poskiparta, Group Director, Greenled, a Finnish company. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, it's a Finnish company, isn't it?
It is a Finnish company from Oulu.
Hey, good to have you from Oulu, okay, from the north of Finland, the capital of northern Scandinavia.
Exactly.
Hey, good to have you here. You're going to talk about lighting, a simple commodity or a value-adding part of smart buildings. Your 12-minute presentation, but before that, isn't sort of lighting as such a fairly simple thing? So what's so special about lighting?
Yeah, you are very right. So light is light, but
good to have, of course, but
yeah, it's definitely needed. But light is light. I do understand that. But when we're looking at lighting today, first of all, in the era of sustainability and energy savings, it's fairly obvious that LED lighting is so much more energy efficient than traditional lighting. So we're talking like 90% energy savings. Then there is the obvious visual effect of good lighting. That's clear. But I think one thing that is kind of sidestepped a bit and forgotten is the biological effect of lighting. And once you're utilizing the biological effect, it has a fairly great impact.
And the biological effect is, I mean, like for growing plants and stuff?
Well, that as well, people. But on people. So that's
growing people as well.
Yeah, well, when you're thinking about it, it's relatively common sense. Like for example, in the evenings, if you get like very bright ceiling light, it bothers you, right? It makes you feel fairly uncomfortable, and that's very natural because throughout evolution we've accustomed to this normal day-night thingy, like circadian rhythm, and we're basically just utilizing it in lighting.
Okay, so, exactly how? So you said that if we get strong light in the evening, it disturbs us here because we are not supposed to have strong light in the evening.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well,
so how do they utilize? Well,
I will go a bit deeper into that in my presentation. But
I'm eager to hear because you raised my interest.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, it's a question of quality and quantity. Yeah. What type of light, what type of tone of light, and how much light do you get, and from which direction?
And I know, Oulu, you come from, up north, you need more.
Well, obviously.
You're interested perhaps even more in light than we are. Helsinki is a dark city as well, but it's even darker there, so you might be naturally interested in lights.
Yeah, well, not as dark here in Helsinki in comparison to Oulu, especially right now and during the winter time.
Yeah, exactly, the snow. And of course, in the summer half of the year, it's of course lighter, longer days. But anyway, the question about light for all us northerners, I guess, that's actually a very natural thing to sort of think about.
And it is. And then when you think about it, it's just a couple of generations that we've lived indoors, right?
Yeah. So we're really dependent on.
Yeah, so we are really dependent on the natural daily rhythm.
Hey, a bit over time, this got so interesting. Yeah. But hey, really short questions. Do customers understand the added value of light? Just a short no, yes answer sort of.
Well, increasingly so, but obviously we have a task as a lighting industry to educate the customers.
But still a good challenge there.
Yeah.
Hey, and why have people only now started to talk about the sort of non-visual effects of light?
Well, that's a good question actually. It's these things are in a way common sense, but deeper research and published papers have been brought out only fairly recently. And actually there was a Nobel Prize awarded on this particular topic in 2017. So it's kind of a new topic, and then the obvious advancements in technology and so on are now enabling us to utilize and harness this ability.
Tuomas, you got me interested. So the next 12 minutes, please tell more, and I'll be listening from here.
Thanks. Thank you. Okay, so in the very beginning, what I'd like to tell a bit about that when we're talking about overall smart cities and so forth, I'm looking at the evolution a bit of lighting industry and where we're coming from. So starting off in 2010, there was, or a bit before that even, there was a disruption established in this arena by LED source of light. So, and at that point in time, it was all about energy savings, fast payback times, etc. Then slowly but surely, we moved to an era of having a kind of independent smart solutions. And this is not only for lighting; it was the same for the complete HVAC, so heating, energy savings on that, and the controls of that, ventilation, air conditioning, security systems, etc. So here in this era where we're still partially are, we have quite many nice solutions, but they are still very independent. Now, slowly but surely, again, we are drifting to a new era of smart buildings. And in these smart buildings, it's not anymore about so much about independent platforms, but it's about complete ecosystems, where with these different systems are integrated through APIs most commonly, and you are able to interconnect, intercontrol, as well as share data between the systems. And all this is obviously a very sustainable model as an ecosystem, but as well, the design is very, very human-centric. And when it comes to lighting industry that we are representing, it's about human-centric lighting. And moving to human-centric lighting, the few words that we just briefly discussed with Peter, it really is about the circadian rhythm. So the basic cycle, the daily cycle that we're at. So starting off in the morning, cortisol is released. We're accustomed to fairly bright light, and we are very alert in the morning time. Then later on, best coordination capabilities in the afternoon, fast reaction times, and so on. In the evening, our bodies are built to start releasing melatonin, which is a sleep-related hormone. And then we get tired, we fall asleep, and so on. Now, as mentioned, through evolution of human, it has taken a fairly long time to get to this point where we are accustomed to this type of daily rhythm. Now, when looking at us right now, like me personally, for example, I spend the majority of the day indoors, right? So I'm under artificial lighting all the time, and what we're focused on is basically mimicking the daily rhythm of the light. So, and this has a couple of things that we're focused on. It's the quality of light, talking about the tone of light as well, the direction where the light is coming from, and as well the amount of light. How much light are we receiving? And this has then a positive impact on well-being when done right, of course. A positive impact on well-being, and through that, workplace safety, fewer errors, etc., what have you. Now, how does this work then technically for us humans? Well, this is fairly distant from lighting already, but let's have a look. So lighting has a fairly big effect on our body, our mind, and our vision. Now, as I was mentioning to Peter earlier on, when you're at home in the evening, very easily you get distracted or you don't feel that nice putting on the bright ceiling light. And actually, how the eye works is that the biological effect of light is received from above. So above the line of sight, so above the horizon. So you get the bright light from the ceiling level 2 degrees of 0 to 55 degrees above the line of sight, and it has an effect on your body and mind. Now, the visual task that when you're actually working on something, even in the evening, it doesn't really have a biological effect. Now, when you're looking downwards from your line of sight. So, and these are the things that we're basically playing with and creating the kind of atmosphere and environment that is mimicking the daily rhythm indoors as well. Now, then moving on to different applications. So, Obviously, the utilization of artificial illumination is done everywhere indoors, and in our line of business, we're doing these types of setups, for example, in schools. Now, in schools, again, alertness is required and has a fairly good impact, and it's interesting to see now how are the cognitive abilities improving with correct type or correct quality and quantity of light in different times of the day. In office environments, in our applications, it's somewhat personal as well, the need of light, what you find comfortable and what not, but similar rules apply. When you go to production or logistics facilities, there it's a question about well-being again, but as well health and safety. So fewer errors, fewer hazards occur in the workplace in these types of scenarios, and obviously at the end of the day, it's good for business as well. When going to retail and so forth, I think we can all understand that once you get the correct amount of light to the correct location in the store, it attracts people. And once you have the correct type of lighting management system, that you are able to really pinpoint certain areas and certain goods that you're willing to market or sell, even getting a sales boost on those, you can do that with the smart lighting system. So, in fact, the human-centric lighting is obviously improving the workplace comfortability, the well-being at workplace, but at the same time, it's really, really good for business. So that's pretty much what I had for today, and we look forward of serving you as well with the human-centric lighting concept. Thank you.